Hey guys, welcome back to Trendy Gadget. Today we'll talk about microphones. Let's head into it. How do USB microphones work?
It's one of those things that you just want to work. You want to plug in your mic and you want it to sound good.
A microphone with a USB output is a USB microphone. In the simplest sense, it is first of all a microphone. Microphones are transducers that convert sound waves into analog audio signals. They deal with a transducer element that features a movable diaphragm, known as a capsule, cartridge, or motor. Second, there is a USB output on the device, which implies that the output is digital, also known as ones and zeros. The output is more specifically a digital audio signal. Therefore, to convert analog signals from its transducer element into digital signals for its output, the USB microphone must have an analog to digital converter built into its design.
First, you have a microphone. Second thing is a preamp. Third thing is an analog to digital converter or an A to D converter.
So, then you can think of a USB microphone as a microphone with a built-in digital audio interface that can be connected via a USB connection directly to a computer or any digital audio device. Why is this bad? You normally work with unbalanced audio cables when you record using a USB cable. What this means is that it will have two wires, one for the signal and one for the output, to act as the main conductors. It may pick up nearby frequencies and sounds that were not intended to be picked up when it's unbalanced. It can require additional cables and more equipment to get a balanced signal, which becomes quite costly when you have already invested in the USB cable. That's why I say they're not necessarily cheaper, as in the long run, they can cost you more. Point blank, there are balanced XLR cables. Balanced cables are those that have three wires that balance the precise structural makeup of the XLR cable as conductors, positive, negative, and ground. Your prayers were answered. There's a clearer quality. This means the positive and negative signals have balanced polarities. The breakdown of all that science in human terms is that there will be minimal to zero outside interference and the noise will be cancelled out. Why are USB mics a nightmare for radio shows and podcasts? The major con of USB microphones is that it's challenging to record multiple USB microphones at once. More often than not, your computer will have trouble discerning which mic is which and won't record the audio correctly, thus being a nightmare when streaming multiple streams of audio, such as is needed at the radio station. There are also fewer options to choose from since USB microphones are relatively new and skewed towards the beginner's market. USB mics lack any sort of upgradability. As opposed to USB, you can plug in an XLR with the many available inputs, and you'll only need one USB port because you will most likely use a USB audio interface or a USB mixer. You can buy USB cables that have the same flexibility as their XLR counterparts for their components. It won't, however, be the case with every USB mic, while the components on the XLRs will always be flexible. So if you're going to opt for the XLR microphone, you'll want to be sure that it has the positive, negative, and ground components, or triple components. While using a USB mic, this will offer comparable sound quality to the XLR. Simply put, if components are not considered while making your purchase, the USB will simply not be as high quality as its XLR competition. What's the alternative? The best alternative to USB mics are XLR. When you purchase a microphone for home recording, the three main types. XLR microphones fall into each of these next three categories, and the words of the description you'll be looking for are dynamic microphones, used by musicians and artists, perfect for vocal fluctuations, and preferred by audio engineers for high volumes. Condenser microphones, versatility at its finest, and can be very sensitive to any sound. Not good for live performances, but great for recording.
If you want to record some podcasts or something, some voiceovers, and you're on a budget, maybe a YouTuber, that's the microphone for you.
Ribbon microphones. Old school, but that doesn't mean outdated. Today's models are very skilled and used by studio engineers that value a delicate sound palette. These are the categories that make the XLR so versatile and how you have so many options to explore before purchasing. It's not a one-size-fits-all, which means, unlike the more generic USB, the XLR can be custom tailored to your needs, your sound, and your intention in recording from home. XLR cables even have the adaptability and versatility of being what sound engineers call a phantom power. This means that the XLR cables allow mixing boards to deliver a power source to microphones, which any other cable is not capable of. USB microphones typically have the preamp built into the microphone itself. This means that you are pretty much stuck with the sound. If you have an XLR mic, you have the option of upgrading your audio interface or preamp to get an even better different tone. XLR cables are available from 1 meter to 20 meters or more in a vast array of different lengths. This means that if you want to move around or even situate yourself in a different room or vocal booth, you have a lot more flexibility in your studio. You are not dependent on a computer that has a USB port for recording. There are several handheld recording devices, such as podcast interviews on the move, that are great for recording, but XLR microphone connections are required for these devices. Plus, XLR is the cable used by professional sound recorders, real studios, top-rated podcasts, and much more for a reason. The XLR is essentially balanced and supreme in every way, so it's even used in stadiums to balance out live performances. This is your podcast, your album, your ebook that is audible, or whatever it is you find special enough to record, because it's a hobby or craft in your life that holds so much weight. wait, do it right to have a quality product by quality equipment.
If you're trying to build a professional stream, your end goal should be an XLR setup. It's going to be higher quality, you have more options.
This won't replace raw talent, of course, but over the static blaring of children from the street being picked up in the background, how can anyone notice your raw vocal skills? You don't want rookie problems like this to ruin your golden recordings otherwise. What do you think about this? Do you agree that XLR is simply better? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.